Good morning, guys. I wanted to walk you through a lab that we're going to try and do from home. If this doesn't work for you, then there are some videos that you can watch online that will essentially do the same thing, but hopefully some of you will be able to do this at home because it's mostly just household materials. So the first thing that I have in front of me, I'm going to walk you through the lab and then I'll show you the lab documents that you should fill out as you go. This won't be due until Friday because it'll take a little bit more time than some of the other assignments that we've done. Okay, so the first thing that I have is some water with a little bit of sugar at the bottom that you can see there. I haven't mixed it yet. So this is just two pure substances that I'm about to make into a mixture. And the question in this lab is filtration the best method to use to separate most mixtures? So we're going to try filtration. So the first thing though is that I have to make this a mixture, so I'm just going to stir it until that sugar is dissolved. This could take some time. Okay. So the sugar is getting there. The other materials that you could use for this, you could use salt in water, you could use oil in water. I want you to try a few different things. If there's like sand accessible, you could do sand in water, oil in water, if I didn't say that. There's a bunch of different things that you can do with just household materials. You could also do other liquids in water, like milk or soy sauce, basically any liquids that you have around. Definitely ask your family first to make sure that it's okay if you use a couple of things, because we don't want to be wasteful. Okay, and then one of the other things, so that's pretty fully dissolved. It's maybe hard to tell on the webcam, but there's a little bit left, so I'll keep stirring it, but it's mostly dissolved. Aside from that, I also got a coffee filter. Probably a lot of people have families that drink coffee, so you might be able to find a coffee filter or something similar. And other options for filtration, as I had talked about yesterday, you could use a colander, which is what we use to strain pasta. You could use just a strainer. It's called a sieve sometimes. These are all different things that you might find in your kitchen. Again, if you don't have access to any of these things, that's okay. There will be some videos online that you can look at. Okay, so I have my fully dissolved sugar in water. So I have just mixed together two pure substances to create a mixture in here. Now my goal, remember, in this experiment is to then separate the mixture back into the two pure substances that I started with. So I'm going to use filtration and see if that works for this sugar water. It's going to be a little bit tricky. This filter doesn't fit my cup exactly, but we'll do our best. So I'm just putting the filter onto another cup, and I'll show you that a little bit better. And then I am going to pour the sugar water through this filter and see if we end up, the goal is to separate the mixture. So I'm going to hope that we end up with some sugar up top and just the water down below. And in this case, though, I never recommend tasting any of materials in a science experiment. I do happen to know where exactly all of these things came from. They all went through the dishwasher. This sugar is definitely safe. It's like the sugar that we use while we're cooking or whatever. And all of my materials are perfectly clean. So in this case, I might actually test the sugar water at the end to see if it's still sweet. Ooh, no, I messed that up. Okay, hold on, we're gonna start that over. All right, so this filter is a little bit delicate. Let's see if we can get it to work anyways. Normally you'd have like a funnel. I just don't have a funnel, but if you have a funnel, that would make it easier. All right, so if I do this slowly, maybe it'll work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. I don't know if you can see this on the video, but it is dropping down into the cup. There's still some hanging out in the filter, but it's going slowly. Okay, and that's actually enough to see whether this worked or not. So there's a couple of different ways that I'm going to test whether it actually separated anything. One is super obvious. If we look here, once it finishes filtering, there is nothing left in the filter that I can see. Now, just because I can't see anything doesn't mean there's absolutely nothing. But if we're trying to separate, we had like 4 or 5 spoonfuls of sugar in this cup. theoretically, if I was able to filter most of that sugar out, I should definitely see some stuff here, and there's nothing there. The other thing is, if I touch this, which again we normally don't do, I can actually feel that the water is still sticky. That means that there is some sugar in it. So, did filtration work to filter sugar from water? The answer in this case is no. So filtration is not a good method for filtering sugar from water. Does that mean it doesn't work for anything? No. So I want you to try and find something in your home or in a YouTube video that can be filtered out, or can be some mixture that can be separated by filtration. Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a minute, and then we're going to take a look at some documents that you're going to need to fill out. Okay, so the lab report that you are going to fill out, you're going to do this online. This is all in your Google Classroom. So the scientific question is already written in for you. Is filtration the best method to separate any mixture? So in order to answer that question, you're going to have to do a few different mixtures, right? Or, again, if you don't have access to the filter, you can look at some YouTube videos. You're going to make a prediction that answers that question. So I predict that filtration is the best method, or I predict that it isn't. Then you are going to write down the materials. So if I were to do this right now, I would write down 2 cups, I would write down sugar, I would write down water, a spoon, and a filter. Hopefully you will have more materials because you are trying out more things than I did just now. If you are using YouTube videos to do this experiment, then what you're writing down is the materials that they used. So don't skip this section just because you are not touching materials there. The procedure, it could be more than 6 steps, it could be fewer than 6 steps, but I'd put out some numbers here. If you need to add more, you just press enter after that one. So I would write, for example, first I mixed sugar, I'll say 4 spoons of sugar in 1 cup of water. Then I put the filter in the cup, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm going to delete this here to make your document clear again. And then you keep going throughout however many steps you need. All right, so this is an example of a table that you can use. You can change this if you need to. So, I'm going to actually change this right now. Let's do oil and water. Sugar water and salt water, because those are some things that you could do. If you need to add another line over here because you're using even more, that's awesome. You are going to right click on a Chromebook. That would be a 2-finger click. And then you are saying insert column right. All right, so that's a right click or a 2-finger click on a Chromebook. Insert column right, and then you can add as many as you want. If you need to add rows, we go down here, do that same click, add row or insert row below. Okay. Then if you're trying out different methods, great. You can just leave it at filter and get rid of these. Okay, that you would do that by doing that same click and saying delete 4 rows. Okay, if you're just doing filtering, that's fine. If you want to try evaporation, that is awesome. I would love to see some people doing different methods. Evaporation requires heat, so it requires a stove. If you're going to do evaporation, you have to talk to your family first about whether you are allowed to do that. You may not do that without permission from your family, all right? Last thing here is the conclusion. Okay, so the conclusion is a claim evidence reasoning. You should have at least 2 pieces of evidence here, and you should have at least 2 sentences for reasoning. If you're adding more about what you learned, stuff like that, that would make for a better reasoning. So I encourage you to do more than 2 sentences, but 2 sentences is the minimum. All right, and that's the end of your lab report. So you're filling out all that, and then you'll submit that. Again, that is not due until Friday, because I know this would be a lot to do in just one day. Okay, if you have any questions for me, of course you can email me. I'm also planning on having a live class again tomorrow, which would be before the deadline for this lab report, so that you guys can ask questions, we can talk about it. Last thing I want to show you is the rubric. This is pretty standard. It has exceeds, meets, below, and incomplete. Meets expectations is where I expect everybody to end up. If you go above and beyond, that's how you get to exceeds expectations. I am going to post this, and you can look at it for more details on how to get a good grade on this. So far, I've been really impressed with everybody's work in 6th grade science. So I expect you to just keep doing that, okay? All right, email me with questions, or we can set up a time to live chat. And also, I hope to see you in tomorrow's class. I'm going to set it at 11:15 again, okay? Have a good day. Bye.